What's up, guys? How you doing? Cowboy Crunk, we're live. I want to do one of these mock drafts. I want to go through one of these really quick so that you guys can see how these are done. They're really entertaining. They're a good time, especially when you do them live, and you can get some feedback from some of the from the chat box there. So let me refresh the screen here. Let me get my chat box going, and no, there's probably not a lot of people awake at this time, but it is lunchtime here in Afghanistan, so I'm going to do a mock draft with whoever's out here. And I'm going to stay over here so you guys can do this yourselves. Whoever's out there in the chat box, let me know. We'll get started here in a couple minutes. Just want to give anybody that is awake a chance to jump on. So you guys, this is called On the Clock by Fanspeak. If you're one of my normal YouTubers, you probably seen me do these before. This one we're going to go through a little bit quicker, and it's really fun. You guys can tell me who we want to pick, what position, and actually all the way down to the player. It gives you a good idea of the players that'll be available when the Cowboys are up to pick. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I know there's only 3 of us in here, but I just know it's a bad time. So hopefully you guys can wake up Friday morning, go to work, and the guys that are waking up 7, 8 o'clock, they'll catch this when they get to work, and they can see me do these in the future. So here we go, guys. We're going to get started with the first mock draft. On the clock, you scroll down here, you pick your team. We're going to go with the Dallas Cowboys. We're going to go next. Now you pick how many rounds you want to do. Of course, we want to do 7 rounds. This thing goes pretty quick, so we're going to do a 7-round mock draft, guys. I always go with the top. This right here is your search engine. This is your big board. These guys all put in their selections. What's up, Jose Garcia? How you doing, brother? Welcome to the room. So we're going to go with the first one here. I did him earlier. He's pretty accurate. All of these are actually kind of like scouts that scout the players. They input all the scouting numbers and all these from the combine and also from the players. So we're going to use this guy here. As you can see, the update day there. If you guys can see that, let me zoom in right there. You guys can see the date here, but I always choose the most updated, which is at the top. Then you scroll down to the bottom. Scroll down to the bottom here and go next screen. On the next screen, guys, we got here, I go user voted. What this one is this selects what positions on the team we need. It kind of puts them in order, and it gives you a grade after this. The Fanspeak works okay, but for some reason he still got tight end as our #1 position. I don't think that's what it is, so I use this user voted. It works pretty well. We got next screen. And I always use classic. I haven't noticed a difference in classic or difficult. It just picks them for you. So we're going here, and it's time to start the draft. Dallas Cowboys, let's draft. Here we go, guys. So I will zoom in so you can see this. Let me know if you guys can see this okay. So the draft is started. It's rolling through. The picks are over here as they go. You guys can see, if you can see the mouse, the picks are going here. We don't have a first-round pick. These are the players that are still available. It does rate them according to their draft possible selection. So yeah, Eric Berry, oh wow, that's a surprise. I haven't heard that. I've been tracking things a little bit today, but not too much. So round 1 is over, guys. We can squeeze through here and see what we got. Quentin Williams went first to Arizona. Nick Bosa went second. Johan Williams. Let's see where Greedy Williams, where are we at with Kyler Murray? I didn't see Kyler Murray on there yet. So they don't have Kyler Murray on this one. And you can that search engine that I was using, you can pick different ones and to see exactly where, it changes up depending on the search engine. So right now, guys, the first pick was Quentin Williams. We're going to slide through here. We're going to get to the Cowboys picks since we're doing the draft for our guys. And the last player was Christian Wilkins, Deontay Thompson. We can see the safeties that are off the board. I want to go safety first pick since that's probably what the Cowboys are going to do, and we'll have the first pick at our first pick at 58. So here goes round 2, guys. I'll slide that up and zoom the screen in a little bit so we can see. I'm going to go ahead and click on safety here. That'll show us the safeties that are available right here, guys. Those are all the safeties that are available, all the way from the 43rd safety all the way down to the 271st safety. That's where he's ranked at. So right now we're picking at 58. You guys can see right here the safeties that went off the board, and like I said, this is what I use this for. This will allow you to search players. If we're picking up a safety at 58, the 58th pick, these are the players that are available. So you can take these 3 guys here, do a little research on them, maybe research the last couple safeties that were picked over here. Here we got Rapp was picked by Tennessee, the Tennessee Titans. Earlier when I did the selections here, Tyler Rapp went to the 54th pick. Houston, as you guys know, they had Tyrann Mathieu, and they got rid of him, and so they picked up a safety here at 54. Earlier when I did the draft, the New England Patriots, no, it wasn't, the Philadelphia Eagles picked up Tyler Rapp. And that's just a player we're looking at, guys. So I don't know if this is true, though. No. It's not accurate, but this gives you, it really is, if you do a bunch of these, Momo, you do a bunch of these, you'll see it moves around just a little bit, but it's relatively true. Tyler Rapp is going to go in that area. That's somebody the Cowboys are thinking about maybe moving up to get at 51 on this one. I did one earlier. He was at 54. I did another one earlier, and he was at 57. So it is fairly accurate. It gives you an opportunity to learn the players' names and study the guys that are in our window. So that's the reason we do this. It's not it's going to be accurate, or this is who we're going to end up with, of course. I mean, it's just a ballpark figure. So as far as the safeties that are available, Amani Hooker is one that we've been looking at. Jonathan Abram is a very good safety. He's ranked the 52nd player, so that's what I'm going to go with. I want to get this rolling and make this video as quick as possible. So we just made our selection with the 26th pick, with the number 50 pick in the 2019 NFL Draft. The Dallas Cowboys select Jonathan Abram, Mississippi State. So we've got our pick. Second round is over. I'm going to go to the third round, guys. Here we go. Third round will start. I will zoom down here, or move down a little bit, zoom in so you guys can see this. There we go, guys. And we pick at 90. So our second pick, you guys want to go wide receiver? Let me know if you want to go wide receiver, or if you guys want to go running back or defensive edge rusher, defensive lineman. Anybody got any suggestions? I can pull these up. And the cool thing is this thing breaks it down by player. You can look at the quarterbacks that are available. You can look at the defensive linemen that are available, the edge rushers. It breaks it down for you. Wide receiver. I want to see where they have a guy that I'm really interested in at wide receiver is Jalen Hurd. They have him ranked at 205. So he's still down on the board. Some of the boards have him at like 113. Once you get into the 4th and 5th rounds, that's where this thing really isn't that accurate, because there's not a lot of research on the 4th and 5th rounders yet. But that will be coming in the next week or two, next couple weeks as the draft gets closer. So I'm going to go with a running back, a wide receiver on our next pick, because Andy Isabel from UMass is one of the guys that the Cowboys have been looking at as well. I would love it if the Cowboys picked up Lil Jordan Humphrey, but I think we're set at wide receiver. No, bro, I don't think we are. I'm thinking they're going to pick one. You know, Hearns is coming back. I don't think we're set at wide receiver. I think it's our second position, our first position on offense that we need. I know we also need a running back, so we could look at the running backs here. Damian Harris at Alabama is somebody the Cowboys have kind of had, been looking at. Also, Darren Henderson out of Memphis. I like Justice Hill at Oklahoma State. That's at 120. He'll still be there on our next pick. So I really think we're interested in how about a linebacker? Let's look at a linebackers guy. Here we go. Linebackers, Dakota Allen out of Texas Tech. That guy was on the Last Chance U. He's from Humble, Texas. That's where I'm actually from. He's a hometown guy for me. I like him a lot. This board has him ranked fairly high. The other boards I was looking at had him about 140. So that's kind of high for me on him. Boston Joseph. And I like linebackers, especially a little late. We need a defensive end before safety. Well, yeah, at this point, but I think we're still looking at Robert Quinn. Let's look at the edge rushers. See, right now, and this is the problem with edge rushers. This is why I'm wanting to pick them up. And this isn't accurate, but truthfully, you look, there's not edge rushers. There's not as many edge rushers and defensive linemen out there. Still, there's some safeties out there we could pick up right now. So the safety market is a little deep, and a lot of players have picked up safety. So what's going to happen when the draft rolls around? There's not going to be a lot of teams that need safeties. You got safeties in free agent. A lot of teams are picking up their safeties right now. So there's going to be a lot of safeties on the board when the draft hits. Defensive edge rushers, defensive linemen. There's not a lot out there in free agency, and there's a few left, but they haven't gone off the board like these safeties had. There was a lot of safeties out there in free agency. So defensive linemen at 58. At 58, you're probably looking at getting the 15th defensive lineman off the board. At 58, you're probably looking at getting the third or fourth safety off the board. What's the story on Quinn? I saw small news stuff from New Orleans last night that he's supposed to visit New Orleans, but I don't know if that's true or not. It was a radio station there in New Orleans. It could be BS or whatever. But the Cowboys, he got his $1 million signing bonus for the Rams. He gets that annually. So there's $11.8 million left on him. I'm going to go ahead and make a pick, guys, while I discuss this. I'm going to take Andy Isabella from UMass at 82. So we've made our pick, and we go on to the third round. On Quinn, the Miami Dolphins owe him $11.8 million. So if he signs with another team, whoever he signs for is responsible for that money. That's what we would have to pay him. But we can negotiate with Miami and have them pay a portion of that so that they can get him traded. In addition to that, Miami is wanting, we're going to go to the next round, guys. Miami is also wanting a draft pick. So we're looking at a fourth or fifth round. They could be asking for a third. But whatever the draft pick is, it's for 2020. So they're looking at a 2020 draft pick, and they want to move his salary. We are in the negotiation process of basically telling Miami that we're not going to pay his full salary. We'll pay a portion of it. So that's where we are on that. That's why it's taken a little time. And then after that, there'll probably be a medical. But he's supposedly very healthy. In the last 4 years, he's only missed a game. 1 or 2 games. I think he missed part of a game and another full game. So no problem, brother. But that's where we're at on him. It could happen still. I think the Saints are out because they drafted the tight end. That was the two, or not drafted. They picked up a tight end yesterday. They were looking at Quinn and the tight end. He spent the day with the Cowboys. He also went up and spoke to Jerry Jones in person. He met privately with Jerry Jones. Quinn did. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, guys, we're on the board at number 128. We could look running back here. We could look tight end. We could look defensive lineman. And I haven't looked at the defensive lineman too much here because I'm hoping we settle that in free agency. So you guys know we want to get a running back to help out Ezekiel Elliott. He's been overworked quite a bit. And right there, this guy is a good fit for the Cowboys. Running back Benny Snell Jr. out of Kentucky. Also, right there, we got Justice Hill at Oklahoma State. A really quick, kind of scat back type guy. But a great running back. Any of these guys would be good pickups for the Cowboys. Cowboys Nation never sleeps. Yeah, thank you, Mr. T Reed. How you doing, brother? Thank you for that. Well, it is 2:30 here in Afghanistan. So let me get this popped out. I'm gonna go ahead and go again with the top guy on the board. I just want you to see how this works. And like I said, this isn't accurate, but it is gonna give us a projection of what players will be on the board right around 128. And you can go all available. Here, this gives you the top players on the board. You got two running backs at 103, 104, and we're picking 128. Here's a wide receiver. He's ranked 112th coming off the board. He's still available. We got an edge rusher, Austin Bryant at a Clemson, a pretty good guy. That would be actually a good pickup for us if we want to go edge. So we could go edge right here, or we could go running back. It's up to you guys. Somebody in the chat want to hit me. Let me know. Do we go edge rusher here, or do we go running back? And I'll go ahead and make the pick. Funny Kids episode. I think we can. I think if we can, we will find all the right players. I think so. Okay, Jose Garcia wants to go running back. I'm gonna go Benny Snell Jr. with the running back pick out of Kentucky. I actually got him earlier in a draft today. So there's our third pick. With the 26th pick in the third round, the Dallas Cowboys have selected Benny Snell Jr., Kentucky, University of Kentucky. So there we go, guys. Now it's our pick again. As you guys know, we have the 128th pick and we have the 136th pick. So now we're available to go right back and get the running back that we wanted. No, we just got the running back. We were looking at, let me see. Justice Hill, running back, is still there. Emmanuel Hall, that's a good receiver there out of Mizzou. We want to go edge rusher here. Let's see if our edge rushers are still available. Nope, that moved up the board to 168. I guess somebody grabbed our edge rusher we were looking at. Edge. Austin Bryant. Yeah, Austin Bryant went to Buffalo there. So this thing's really cool. It lets you learn the players. It lets you learn who to study. I'm not saying this thing is accurate, but it lets you learn the players' names. You can get on here. You can pause this thing. There's no reason to pause it. Right now, if I wanted to study these guys, I could jump on Google and study a couple of them. So we're going to go edge rusher out of Wyoming or Oklahoma State. You know, in Texas, we like to go local. I'm going to go Jordan Belfort out of Oklahoma State, get us an edge rusher. And now we're moving on to the next round. So just showing you guys how this, you can play with these. Again, this is called fan speak, and it's called On the Clock. It's an on the clock draft simulator. It's fun to play with, just something to do, something to keep you busy. We don't have a pick in this round, so we'll scoot down to the bottom here, and once this round is over, we'll move forward. And 2 a.m. here in El Paso. Hey, what's up out there in El Paso, man? Are they working on the wall out there with their crazy asses? And oh no, we do have the 165th pick in the 5th round. We don't have a 6th round pick. I apologize, guys. So here we got a safety, wide receiver, running back, and an edge rusher. We could go offensive guard here or offensive tackle just to get a guy in, somebody that maybe in a year or two we would have. 158. It's almost 2 a.m. in Utah. Okay, offensive tackle. We still got some guys here out of Michigan. Mitch Hyatt out of Clemson. And like I said, once you get down to this area, I don't know a lot of these guys as well. I'm still studying this, but it gives us a chance to study these guys, especially the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th round guys. That should be relatively close. So let's see, linebackers. We'll see what linebackers are on here still. Joe Giles out of Duke. I happen to know that guy. Don't know him, but I saw him in the combine. Just remembered his name because it's rare to see a Duke player in the combine, or a BYU guy unless it's a quarterback. So I'm gonna go defensive lineman here again. Get us a big guy. Oh, here we go, guys. Kingsley Kiki out of Texas A&M. I do know the local guys a little more being from Texas, so I'm going to go there. We got another defensive lineman, and we're moving on. We don't have one in this round. So if you guys can see how it works, I just use this as a study tool, especially the early rounds. Like I said, the second, third round where the Cowboys are, it should be pretty accurate. And then at the end, it does give you a grade on how this thing is working, or how you did according to what the Cowboys need. And you can also see that here. Right here, it states the Cowboys' remaining team needs tight end, offensive tackle, guard, and center. I don't know how accurate that is. I don't think that. Definitely, that's not accurate. But the players in the draft, especially in the third and fourth, in the second round, the first round, are fairly accurate. All right. This is our last pick, guys. We are in the 7th round. I'm going to end the draft after this pick. We are picking, I think, right around this number. We're getting close. So any suggestions on the last pick? What we're going to take? We need a tight end. LOL. That's not accurate. Yeah, I'm not saying it's accurate, Predator. It gives you a window, especially in the first, second, third round. It gives you a window of the players that are available at 58, and it is accurate in that matter. I will tell you that. I've gone over this. All the players that the Cowboys all the Cowboys scouts are talking about at 58. Those are the players that are sitting there. At 50, 58, 55, all the players being taken in that area are the players that are going to go in the draft at that area. So it allows you to study these guys if you don't know it. It's not 100% accurate. It's not going to, just like you can't sit down and pick the, oh, okay, sorry, brother. Not the, yeah, my bad. I had a couple people jump on here. Hey, why are you doing that? That's stupid. There's no reason to do those. They're inaccurate. And I was like, I know it's not accurate, but it lets you see the players to study at 58. If you want a safety, it'll show you the safeties that are available around that area. If you want a defensive lineman, it'll show you the guys that are available at that area. Oh, yeah, the team needs. Yeah, you're 100% accurate on that. That's not accurate. I don't know why it's like that. So let me move forward, guys. I didn't mean to get, but I had somebody jump on me, and it was another YouTuber, and he kind of tries to put people down sometimes. It's not Mark Holmes at all. That's my buddy. He's a great guy, but I had one of the YouTubers tell me that this thing is not accurate, that you're stupid for doing those. But he did it on his page, and he's just doing that to, I guess, impress, or whatever. I would never talk down about anybody's YouTube page. If you want to get on here and talk about, rank porn stars, that's your decision. I'm not going to get on here and say somebody's page is stupid or you're stupid for doing that. But we are on our last pick, guys. So far, we got a safety, a wide receiver, running back out of Kentucky. We got the edge rusher out of Oklahoma State, and we got a defensive lineman out of Texas A&M. Kingsley Kiki was our last pick. So now we're at 241. We are on the board. We're on the clock. Last pick, guys, and I'm going to shut this down. Yeah, I'm sure Mark is sleeping right now. No, it wasn't tonight. It was previously. He's a pretty well-known YouTuber, but he puts these down. He don't like mock drafts. He thinks they're stupid. But it's not. It's so that guys don't study college players. I don't study college players a lot. I don't have time. I watch my NFL. I love my NFL, but I don't have time because I literally live NFL, on season, off season. So games are won in the trenches, brother. I'm going to tell you this. That's the most dangerous place in the world. Most dangerous place in the world in any sport is that position between the offensive line and the defensive line. And Predator, that's why I want to say I really like fixing our offensive line and defensive line through free agency, because those players take a couple years to get man strength. You're not going to get a guy fresh out of college that hasn't been on a good diet, hasn't been hitting the weight room, like you will with the Cowboys, that's going to have man strength. We've seen it. Connor Williams is a little soft. DeMarcus Lawrence was a little soft when he came in. Tyrone Crawford was a little soft when he came in. All those big guys up front, they don't hit their peak they don't even really get pretty good at what they're doing until about season 3, and they hit their peak around season 5 or 6. A safety can come in immediately and make an immediate impact. If he's a first, second, third, or even fourth rounder. We saw Byron Jones, Chidobe Awuzie, all those guys came in, were effective immediately. So linemen take longer to develop. I agree with you, Predator, 100%. It's just you don't get the kind of eating, the kind of food, the kind of weight room that you need. Defensive corners and those guys are speed guys. You know, that's more natural ability. It's a lot of hard work up there up front, a lot of hitting the weight room to get in shape for that. So on this last one, guys, you guys want to go edge rusher, defensive line. We've already got one of those each. We got a running back. We could go linebacker since we haven't really taken a linebacker yet, just for depth. And I like linebackers are really good for special teams and stuff like that. So I'm gonna pick a linebacker and get this out of the way. Yeah, I'm really worried about it right now too. I'm hoping they sign Robert Quinn. I think that's going to be hopefully within the next couple of days. I think they're just buying time with Miami, and the fact that the Saints, I think, have moved on. I think we're really the only ones still looking at Robert Quinn. So I'm hoping that'll happen. I'm going to take the linebacker out of Wisconsin, guys, and get this over with. I really appreciate it. That's the end of our draft. It's going to give us a grade here. LB is the overlooked by most of our fans. Also, it's very important in a 4-3. Yeah, and Joe Thomas, all of our linebackers should be upgrading, you know, this year, getting a little better. I think Xavier Woods is going to be better this year. I think Heath has hit his plateau. He's about as good as he's going to get, and so he's not going to improve. But Xavier Woods, Chidobe Awuzie, Byron Jones, those guys are going to get better. And if we draft a safety at 58, guys, Chris Richard gets his hands on that young safety, that guy's going to be good. If we get the third or fourth safety, you know, in the draft, we'll get the third or fourth trade. So we got a nice job on the draft here. We can start again if we want. We did fill the positions pretty much for the most part. We got a safety, we got a wide receiver, a running back, edge rusher, a defensive lineman, and a linebacker. So I think we did pretty well in the draft, guys. But Chris Richard gets his hands on this young safety. I'm going to tell you, we're going to see a really, really good safety in the backfield this year for the Dallas Cowboys, playing as a rookie. And it's going to be something else to see. Well, yeah, especially, I agree, Predator, especially once Chris Richard gets him coached up and we get him back there with Xavier Woods. Jeff Heath is going to be vital to that, though. Jeff Heath, really, he's similar to Sean Lee when it comes to film study and those kind of things. He's a really, really smart safety. He just takes bad angles sometimes. So we'll see. But I appreciate you guys joining in on the draft. I didn't even have my microphone plugged in. God, I hope the sound was okay. But if you're just jumping in, jump back in, watch the draft from the beginning, and I will be doing some more of these. We'll do some live streams and some drafts here in the short future. Thanks, guys. Take care. That's it, guys. Peace out. Thank you very much.